I have an issue. No, it's not my acne. No, it's not my crippling video game, anime, and caffeine addiction. No, it's not the fact that if I don't go to the gym for one day, I feel like a fat fuck. My issue is the same issue that I've had over the past 8, 9 years. I want to say that, well, that's a little bit extreme. The past 5 or 6 years, let's just put it like that. This issue is boredom eating. Now, it could be said as binge eating, I think, but basically what it is essentially, so this just happened like actually 5 minutes ago. I was just chilling out, right? I accidentally uninstalled Black Desert Online, which is an MMO RPG. If you didn't know what Black Desert Online is, it's a game that I'm going to be installing and trying out because I want to make a video on different video games, specifically MMORPG games, because I'm a big fan of those. So what I did was I took a, you see those little cardboard boxes up there around there on top of my fridge? Those have ramen cups in them. And so what I did was I was just, as I said, installing a game. I was super bored. So I went over I took a cup of ramen, crushed it up, took off the top and ate it raw. And then I ate an apple. Now you might be saying, well, that's not too bad. That's like what, 350 calories? And yeah, it's roughly 350 calories, but it didn't make me feel too great. It's super gluttonous to eat out of boredom. And that's an issue I have. I really bad. Like I do it almost every single day. And I would like to speak to you about, if you're going through the same thing, potential ways that you can combat this. First things first, I'm just going to put it out there that going to the gym certainly has helped me. It's not helped me in a way that, like it satiates my appetite. Like I don't go to the gym hungry and then I come out of the gym, less hungry. It, this is going to sound pretty bad, but going to the gym has allowed me to eat more. And let me explain what I mean by that. Basically, going to the gym and, like, lifting weights, doing cardio helps, your metabolism, bone density, all that stuff. But it allowed me to feel less bad about boredom eating or binge eating. I'm just going to say binge eating for the rest of the video. It made me feel less bad about binge eating, which the psychology behind it, it's that was probably the most impactful part of binge eating for my, especially my early childhood. It contributed a lot to my depression because it's that thing where you don't want to do it, but then you fall to temptation, you do it, and then afterwards you're like, oh, what did I just do? Like, sounds like something else that I'm talking about, right? It's just one of those things that really, really sucks. And it played a, again, massive part in what made me such a, like a depressed kid. It made me really upset. But going to the gym almost every day for every week of every month of the past 2.5 years, it hasn't really helped anything physically, but it's made me feel a lot less bad about eating. Like let me set a scenario. So I think I've spoken about this in a video before, but around a month ago, I got really sick from my school's cafeteria. Their grilled chicken gave me food poisoning. It was this small little, no bigger than that slab of like grilled chicken, and I guess it was pink, it was raw, something like that. Gave me really bad food poisoning, and I was out sick for 4 or 5 days maybe. It was pretty bad. And unfortunately, that was my main source of protein because as a college student with hardly any money, it's hard to also, especially since my car is 15 minutes away, it's hard to walk to my car, get in it, drive, get groceries, come back here, cook, and then I have to pay for gas and the food, all that stuff. It's pretty challenging. So what I've been doing in replacement of the chicken, and this I wouldn't recommend this. This isn't the best thing to do, but every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I would go to my campus, my separate campus for some of my classes, and I would pick up a couple of protein drinks, the Fairlife milk protein, whatever it's called, 42 grams of protein for 230 calories per bottle. That's pretty good. But I would have one one a day for 6 days out of the week, so that's 42 grams of protein at least. But for lunch and dinner, when I go to the cafeteria, I eat pizza. I eat pizza for lunch and dinner every single day because there's nothing in there I'll eat. I don't eat pork. I don't eat steak. I don't eat beef. I don't eat any of that. It sucks, and I hate being picky, especially since how much I eat. It really, really is a bummer. But I have to because I don't want to get food poisoning again. It kind of set me off until, like, until I feel more comfortable eating that chicken again, I'm not going to. Especially since my friend got food poisoning from that same chicken like 2 weeks ago. It's just crazy. So, anyways, I've been eating pizza for lunch and dinner. It's just 2 slices every single day for the past roughly 3 weeks. And that's not the healthiest thing. At least I'm getting food in my system, but it's not the best. So, to combat that and to make sure I don't turn into a fat ass like I used to be, I go to the gym every single day that I can because I go home most weekends. I go to the gym, I lift weights, and I do cardio. I lift weights with intensity, which is a video I will be making eventually. I don't know when. So my first piece of advice if to you if you're dealing with, boredom eating and you just can't really control it is get active. Every single day, just even if it's 15 minutes of walking. It might not help you physically, it could help you physically, but what it will do is it will ease your mind a little bit. It'll make you say to yourself, I might have just did that. I might have eaten a lot or I might have ate a lot earlier, but now that I've burnt a few extra 100 calories, now that I've, hit the gym, went on a walk, everything's good. I feel better. The second thing I would recommend is making sure the unhealthy food items are out of reach, and vice versa, making the healthier food options more easily accessible. So, for example, in that fridge right now, I have two things that are healthy. Healthy. I have my protein drinks and my apples. Now, I eat an apple and drink a protein drink almost every single day of the week. That's relatively healthy. They are in the fridge, right? You open the fridge, you see them right there. Boom. In the freezer, which is, that's the fridge right here. In the freezer, the little freezer, the little black box up there, are my not my, but they're my roommate's ice cream sandwiches. Those are not too healthy, but I eat them as pre-workout because I have my pre-workout right here. I have 3 tubs of it. Tubs, bottles, tubes. I have 3 things of pre-workout. I don't use them too often. I only use them when I need a boost of energy, which is what you really should do if you want to combat your caffeine addiction. You just need to use pre-workout when you're feeling super bummed out, for example. Like or when you're just super tired, just on days like that, which I experience a lot, unfortunately. Anyways, back to what I was trying to talk about. So those ice cream sandwiches that are up there are behind 2 things of ice cubes, like the little like plastic rectangles that you can put ice cubes in. Basically, if it was in the middle of the night and I was half asleep, extremely bored, like bored as hell out of my mind, and I wanted to go get something to eat, I would probably choose an apple or I'd probably drink a protein drink. Well, I wouldn't drink those protein drinks because they're, coffee and they have caffeine in them. My point is where the food is located in your house, like in your pantry or your fridge or just out and about, like on the counter, where your food items are actually matters. Because if you see them, you're going to want them. And if you don't see them, out of sight, out of mind. Third thing, and this one is probably the most important, surround yourself with people who are trying to achieve the same thing. This piece of advice can go for absolutely anything. You want to start a new business, surround your people with the same mindset. You want to get into the gym, surround yourself with people who are skinny and fat. You want to start a YouTube channel like I am, surround yourself with YouTubers. I'm in my room alone, so I can't really reinforce that idea with proof, but that really helps. When I weighed my worst, when I weighed my heaviest, 202.4 pounds at 5'8", 16 years old, I started keto. But I wasn't the only one that started keto. My family also started keto. That really helped me get into the whole diet thing, calorie deficit, fitness. It skyrocketed my progress. And I don't know if I would have been able to do it if I was alone. And other people are super important because if not for sharing the same ideas as you, it could be a spouse or a parent or a sibling or just a buddy of yours that could stop you before you start bored eating. You just go up to them and say, hey, if you see me on my phone scrolling away on TikTok and you just, without looking, reach up and grab the cereal on top of the cabinet. Hey, if you see me scrolling on TikTok and you see me reach for some cereal and start eating it out of the bag, tell me to stop. Like that's crucial. It's very important. And also, one last piece of advice before I end the video: give yourself some credit. Take it easy on yourself because at the end of the day, no one else is competing with you but yourself. You are your own worst enemy, as my mom loves to say. Like that's a really nice saying. It's you versus you. No one else is trying to make you fatter. I hope. That would be really weird. You are your biggest competitor, but you could also be your best friend. Keep that in mind, and I wish you luck.